Aquatic Ma. Welcome back to my fish room. A lot has changed in the past couple weeks that I haven't been putting out my weekly videos. And that's just because I had to rearrange my fish room, and I've also been trying to look for a new place to live so that I can have a permanent fish room, because I am renting the house that I'm in, and that didn't work out, but that's okay. We'll try again another year. I have 1 year coming up since I've moved in here, and I decided to go ahead and purchase another rack, get my fish breeding projects underway. I do have a couple of fry going on in this tank in front of me. Quite a bit of projects I have coming up as well. Hopefully I'll get a chance to film all of that and edit the video and get a little bit more things going that I've been planning on the past couple of weeks and haven't been able to do it with work and such. But anyways, let me go into full detail about what's going on in the fish room, and I hope you guys enjoy this. So this rack is solely dedicated to breeding bettas. I have the half-gallon critter containers. I have plenty of these half-gallon jars too. I have a 2.5. I want to purchase at least 3 more. I have my tubs that I breed them in. And I have clean water for water changes, this bucket for dirty water, cardboard to separate the bettas when I need to. I also have another 5.5 here, but the plan for this bottom shelf is not to have all this crap here. Arthur, my crayfish back over there, he's having some issues with getting along with the shrimp in there. It's not that he's eating them, it's just that there are just so many of them, and I feel like he's miserable. So I'm thinking about putting a 30 long here. If it'll fit, I think it's about maybe 2 inches too long, but if not, it can go right here or over there in that little corner. I'm pretty much taking over this entire room. It is a dining room, but we never used it and functioned it as a dining room, so I've pretty much taken over this entire space, mainly so I can focus on breeding bettas and other fish as well. This tank right here is the 20 long that used to hold my licorice gourami. I still haven't heard back from the people that I ordered from, so I decided instead of having that tank be in complete empty mess with just 2 gourami in it, I threw them in a 5.5 over there next to the fry tank where my giant koi bettas are, as well as some metallic greens, but I don't know if they made it or not. It seems like the metallic green fry, and I can't pick them out because they're pretty much the same age, maybe a day or 2 younger. They're in there with my giant koi. I only had 6 of them. Hopefully they made it. I have no idea. I don't have a lot of dead bodies in that tank, and I'll show you guys it in a minute, but it's a pretty big spawn. I'm estimating maybe about 50 fry in there. But anyways, back to this tank right here. It is going to house some Dumbo mosaic guppies. I took out most of the substrate that I could. It is sand and crushed coral with a giant sponge filter in there. I have to fix the air lines. I only have 2 air pumps at the moment inside. I'm gonna dedicate the bigger air pump that's back over there to this rack and run this on its own air pump, and hopefully that'll all work out. Those guppies won't be here till probably the 2nd week of June, so that's what's gonna be going on in there. Up here is my workspace. It's really messy. This is where I make brine shrimp. Simple setup, just these life water bottles and then air line going through them. I was using air stones, but they kept getting clogged and weren't working out for me. I was going through like 3 air stones a week, and that's a lot of money, so I decided to just go with the airline. And also have my chemicals and such up here. Up here is my focus on the Endler breeding project. I have the adults in here, most of the adults, a couple of juveniles that I do want to keep. This tank is all of the Endlers that will be ready for sale probably the end of June. And if anybody asks, I do not ship. It's just guppy grass. I want to get some more guppy grass going in here as well. But this is that tank and that tank. Up top we just have my crickets. Over here I got some styrofoam for a project I am planning on doing. I got a culture of grindle worms. I actually put all of my cultures, hopefully it's not a mess in here, up here, just so that they keep nice and cool. I got micro worms in here, my other white worms as well. And back there in the back I got springtails. Over here to the final rack, this is where Arthur shares his space with about, I don't know, maybe 4 dozen shrimp. And he's over here, of course. Down here we have the female bedded tank that is like completely covered in algae, so I turned the lights off on it and I didn't want to turn them back on, so yeah. Over here is the male bedded divided tank. Down here is my quarantine tank, and that's it. I will be adding some more tanks to this rack as well. I don't want to keep the gouramis in a 5.5. I prefer it if they're in a 10-gallon or larger. And I also need another grow out tank for my bettas. But this is pretty much it. This is what I've been doing. I've pretty much taken over this entire room, but that's okay. Like I said, it wasn't being utilized for what it was, so I decided to turn it into my fish room. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna put out some more content. Like I said, I have a lot of new projects that I need to get started on, and I hope you hit that subscribe button for me, click that notification bell, and there's my youngest son Adrian, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Say thumbs up. So I did forget to mention the 60 tall that's out in the living room. I still have it. It's just been sadly neglected. It hasn't seen a water change since 2 weeks prior to this video being filmed. I've had a green water issue. I've had blackbeard algae issues. I have a lot going on in this tank, and it's not because I don't want to do it. It's just because I'm tired of the way it keeps looking. Every time I do a water change afterwards, I get green water, it goes away 2 days later, and it's just a big imbalance, and it's taken months for this tank to actually look the way it looks now, which to me isn't all that bad. It's just some algae that needs to be scraped off the glass. I still have all my rainbows, all of my gouramis. The loaches are doing well. I have the rubber lip pleco in there. The plants are kind of looking a little bleh. I did order some new fertilizer for the plants, some root tabs I'm going to make, and I am dosing it with that easy green. But other than that, I need to get in there, do some trimming, wipe the glass, and that's about it. I do have another 60 that is sitting outside in my yard that I need to bring inside, but I'm thinking about putting it next to this tank. The problem is that 60 tall is a little rough looking, and I have to give it a lot of TLC. But before I even start that project, I have to do other ones as well. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, this is my 60 that I keep forgetting to film.